Yo yo yo, we are back with some more amulets. In this occasion, it's gonna be some amulet druid. Okay, this is the list that we tried out last week to honestly quite positive record actually. And the idea is that we are throwing the devoted druid combo in there in order to help us be a little bit faster, particularly in the face of Hogak more than anything else. And I guess for the like pseudo mirror, this list should technically be better. What we're giving up is explosives in the main deck, big cost, big cost. Is this the truth? I don't know, Humble Greek. I don't know. But yeah, so giving up the explosives in the main deck, it's a huge cost. Of course, we need to play the ballista because that's our like infinite mana win con anyway. So we're kind of like forced to be playing this in the main over an engineered explosives. But if that weren't the case, then I would definitely play the explosives over the ballista. And what we're doing is, again, as I explained multiple times, I don't think the ley lines are playable in Amulet. I just don't think that the deck can afford to play 4 dead cards. So what we're doing to combat the graveyard strategies is going to be 2 Tormod Script and 2 Rest in Peace. I like doing this because the Hogbind lists are currently playing stuff like Wismare and the other guy. So it's Wismare, which destroys an enchantment when it gets evoked, and then Ingoture, which destroys an artifact. So by playing like a mixture of both Rest in Peace and Tormoscrit, we're kind of like forcing them to have the correct one. And even still, I do think that Rest in Peace is much more game breaking against them than Tormoscript is. Do we need the one-off scout over EE? Well, I do want to keep my ramp pieces consistent, right? Like I have 9 ramp pieces here because I'm not playing 9 scouts and I'm not playing the coalition relic. So I mean we still need to ramp, right? Like we're still a ramp deck before an interactive deck. So yeah, I would say yeah. No sound. There's what? You guys can't hear me? Oh, sound is fine. Oh, I am confused. Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's what we're doing here. Oh, he has me muted. Okay, gotcha. All right, so yep, the mana base, as you will see, we're only playing 2 basic forests, and we're only playing 27 lands. This is what Will did originally. I'm not sure this is correct yet. As you all know, I'm a big fan of having a lot of lands. Um, and yeah, so that's exactly where I was coming at, Humble Greek. So basically, this Pact of Negation is like the only flex slot I would say. So I am considering like we could play like an engineered explosives over the pact, or we could play the 28th land over the pact, which is something that I would like a lot. So yeah, I guess it's more of a meta choice than anything else, but we could do something like this if we wanted to. For the sake of the first league, I'm gonna go with this, but I'm down to looking at that change. Um, League. There we go. I've been burning so many ticks and play points. I literally have no play points because I've been just drafting a little bit too much Modern Masters. That set is kind of sweet. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a fair point, Humble Greek. Having these many important 2 drops, it's kind of like hurting the power of EE in this version of the deck. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's a turn 3 kill. Turn 3 kill if uninteracted with. So that is nice. Hopefully we're playing against Hogak and this is just game winning. Yeah, I don't even need the amulet, but if I draw like a bounce land or something, it's much better for me to play it out. What's up, Chief? How you doing? We're playing against the Lightning Bolt deck. Oh, that sucks. Please be Hogak. That's not Hogak. Alright. We can't play both druids, unfortunately, but this is still fine. No blocks. No blocks. Alright, that's not a lightning bolt. We gotta bolt this. Otherwise you die. Path this. I could take a path. Oh, no, you're dead. Cool. Sounds good to me. Green, green. Finale for 2. Search library. Get my Vizier. I'm gonna make some Manases. One, two, three, four. I could also primetime them here. That's kind of hilarious. I'm just gonna task watch. Search library. Get Duskwatch Recruiter. We could just primetime them and we would have enough mana to like swing and double strike. So that is kind of great. Alright, solid start. Our opponent is playing like a mono 1-drop dot deck, so I like explosives for sure. I like removal spells like Path. And I think that's going to be it. Yeah. The Devoted Druid combo, even though we were able to like pull it off there and it literally just won on the spot, it's probably not gonna be great. I thought you were mod already, Chief. There we go. Now you're modded. Hornet Queen? No, I don't want a Hornet Queen against an aggro deck. Usually by the time that this can come down, prime time can already come down, and if you are prime timing them, then it's just much easier. Trampling through, it's better than making a million blockers. And again, we're playing multiple explosives and we're playing paths in order to interact with them. So one more card. Okay, Chief. Your sword is showing up. Yep. Yeah, that's a fair point. Maybe that will make things easier. All right. So what is the last cut? Probably gonna be a Steerings. Honestly, there's a chance that we should. Nice. That we should cut like Vizier in some matchups. We should just like think of Devoted Druid as a like just a 2-mana coalition relic. Oh no, not this again. What's up, Santelmo? What do you mean? This deck is great. My opponent shocks on one and then passes the turn. I like my spot. I like my spot. I could be here for the Jeskai control matchup. Are you telling me you're worried about Jeskai control? I mean, if you're worried about Jeskai control, I would never play this list, right? Like I agree with you, but like that's not a matchup that has me worried in the slightest. Basically, because that deck is pretty much unplayable. Squat? What? What? Oh my god! Is this like a white leyline deck? Is that what we're facing over here? We're definitely playing against the white leyline deck, right? It's kind of shitty that I think I actually messed up and I should have played the Simic Growth on 2. Because now I'm not going to be able to transmute. I think I still want the second green source way more than I want the transmute. So I think it's not going to matter. But maybe I should have sequenced things a little bit differently. Again, I think we're still fine. Like I think it might still be correct to sequence it like this. Bold my Asusa. Thumbs up. What's up, Berlin One? How you doing? Yeah, of course, but I mean, you gotta think that these cards are kind of like replacing Scout. So like, you're we already played. We played against the Hogak matchup where we sided out all the Asusas and we just became a Devoted Druid combo deck because Devoted Druid is better in that matchup. It's very much a possibility for us to like side out the Devoted Druid package against decks where Devoted Druid is bad. I mean that's part of like a big part of the appeal of this deck is the fact that we also have lethal next turn, which is nice. The appeal that we have multiple angles of attack, and these multiple angles of attack are going to be good against, you know, different decks. Three-hour fun. These cards are replacing Scout. Yeah, sure. Nice new apartment. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. You got your 4th Squadron, Hawk. You got it. My opponent needs to answer both of my druids, or I will answer their face. Yeah, so we have the spicy list, our opponent has a bad list. That's the difference. This card just does not strike me as a modern playable card. Did the stream die? I'm still seeing it. It says here. Oh, stream is okay. Okay, it says there that I dropped a couple of frames, which is a possibility. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, can we primetime here? Because playing primetime here plays around a removal spell, like 2 removal spells, I guess. Nah, there's no way we do that. Just go for it. Let's stop like this. It's gonna be awkward if I guess they do have 2 removal spells. And I think I'm yeah, I definitely killed the druid so they don't draw. Okay, that's removal spell number 1. Is there a second one? Okay. They shock. And now what? Well, I guess I could have... this is probably still fine. I guess I could have just like... Yeah, I should have like finale'd. Like if my opponent let me do this, I should have just finale'd for a bunch. Instead of just finale'd for 2. And then that gives me the option of going for a prime... Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have finale'd for 6. I had enough, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I did have enough. So I should have definitely finale'd for 6. And as is, I think we just like get a druid from the deck. Play recruiter. Activate recruiter with pass. Yeah, I really messed this game up. If I had finale'd for 6, we would be just winning, basically. Okay. All the whiskys. And we are dead now, right? Because we just get attacked for 6 even if we pass this. Okay. Messed up. Oh, I had one more activation, I guess. 1, 2, 3. No, I was not getting there. Okay, now that we know a little bit more about our opponent's deck, we know that we actually do want Reclamation Sage. Yeah, so that was definitely a mistake. I should have finale'd for x equals 6, and we would have won there easily. I just don't think I want Rex Sage. Yep, keep. If we draw an amulet, we get to like turbo out this hand, which is nice. If we don't, we're still fine. I don't think I want negate Pierce against creature decks. I never want to have negate Pierce. Same against like the Devoted Druid combo deck and that kind of stuff. Just like it's so bad if you get stuck with like ooh. So 3, 4, 5. So I can like try to get lucky. But the problem is if I play this out, then that time walks me for a turn in order to play Azusa unless I draw another untapped source or an amulet, which seems pretty unlikely. On the plus side, if this doesn't die immediately, I win. So that is nice. Yeah, so that seems like a... Yeah, if they path it, that would be best case scenario. If they let me untap like they did last turn, I'm definitely playing Azusa instead of going for the finale, though. Secured Ape. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the Azusa here. So we're gonna sequence this properly. Play land first. And tap. My opponent is representing interaction. Whether they have it or not, it's it's fine because it doesn't really matter. However, here I am going to steerings before making my last land drop. Yes, please. Is there a reason we didn't steerings first? No, we could have done it the other way around, but if I steerings first, then I don't get to like sequence my lands the way I did without putting a counter on the druid. Like it forces me to put a counter on the druid if I steerings first. So that's the main issue, and that's why I didn't do it. Asus Champ is fine here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so this time we're gonna make the correct play and we're gonna finale for the full amount. So we have the option of either going infinite or simply just going to get a prime time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finale for 6. If they resolves and they don't kill the druid, I can just get infinite mana. And now they can't stop me. Yeah, but when given the option, Aaron, I always like to go for the safe play, especially when my opponent is representing removal. And note if this devoted druid, if I had done what you said, we could have not been able to do this for 6 this turn. Okay, so now we need to float like. I guess this is the issue with this with this combo. This is the problem with this combo. So how much mana do I need to make? I need to make 4 for the in order to get the Dust Watch. Then I have 48 cards in hand. So I get to do like in multiples of 3. And then my opponent is at, I'm going to assume that they have Helix mana. So that would be at most 20 life. So that means I need to do 40 for the Ballista. Yeah, it's 40 for the Ballista. But then I also need to count 4 for the Dust Watch. And then it's 3 per activation. And activation looks at the top 3, so that's 3, 14, 15. So I'm gonna need 15, 16 activations total. 16 times 3, it's going to be 32, 48. So I need to make like, if I make 100 mana, I should be fine. No, I'm not good here. I'm definitely not good here. Because I need to get the recruiter and then I need to activate until I find the Ballista. So I'm not here. I'm not good here. Yeah, it's only good if Ballista is in the top 6 cards. Because I can't I can't find the Ballista itself. You can always still respond. No, because the Vizier is gonna be dead. That's why I'm doing this right now, right? Yeah, Finalis is sorcery. It's not Chord. This is kind of annoying. Yeah, the Bolt is still on the stack. And it's also annoying, like the fact. No. Turn off. I thought I messed up for a second there. I guess I can. I guess I can yield to the untapped trigger. I just cannot yield to like. I cannot F6. Usually when my opponent does this, I just type in chat, okay, just like show me the win con, and yeah, Big Daddy Snow, but what if my opponent has a path and they path my ballista? Right? So there's no like I want to like guarantee the kill basically. I want to guarantee the kill. And I can do it. I know that this sucks. This is not really good. What I can do though in order to make things a little bit easier is I can finale for 12 and go get the Dust Watch and then go get the Ballista. That should like speed things up a little bit at least. Okay, this should be enough though. Okay, so now Devoted Druid dies. Float 1 mana, get my value in there. So now we do Finale for 10. Oh, we can actually just Finale for 20 here. Search library. Dust Watch. The Ballista was at the bottom, so at least we get to shuffle here. You see, they did have the extra removal. My opponent's just not. They just don't want to let me have it easy. It's just like, concede, you're dead. You're dead. Like, there's no, you have no outs. Ugh, come on. This is annoying. Whoops. Okay, I missed on the prime time there. I didn't notice that. There we go, thank you. Oh, alright. That took longer than I initially expected, but it's fine. Maps, and so I didn't have the mana to do that. I tapped out, and I even put a counter on the Druid in order to Finale for 6, because doing Finale for 6, if my opponent did have a removal that they played before the Finale resolved, allows me to go fetch a prime time. So I think that the way that I did it was correct. It just took a long time. I don't think I like this hand. I think this is a mole. And they can always like bolt me. What's up, GGX member? Yeah, I think I'm gonna look at this. It just doesn't achieve anything really. What was I trying to say? Yeah, so they bolted my my Druid my Vizier in response to the Finale. So that's what made things awkward in response to the other guy. Yeah, so there was no way that I could play the Druid before the Finale. Yes, I'm also mulling on this hand. And this hand is great. If we draw a prime time, we win on turn 3, which is nice. So far, it's been like way better than I initially thought it would be. So that is nice. I was very pleasantly surprised. I'm still not convinced that it's the truth, but I can be convinced. That's why I'm playing it. The first Finale for 6 I agree with, then you play the creature, then you play the second Finale. Oh, I see what. No, but the bolt was killing the Vizier. They were not killing my Druid, they were killing my Vizier. That was the issue. So we're definitely going to Azusa. We're playing against blue-white, so I think the correct thing is going to be to hold the cavern in hand. So I'm going to just like do it like so. There's the T-West, which is nice. And now we get to transmute for Summoner's Pact. Transmute for Summoner's Pact and pass the turn. I'm curious about how well it does relative to the abilities in the following control. Tron, Control, GX. Okay, we're gonna watch Control right now. So that part we should cover. And then as far as GBX and the other one, against Control, I'm sensing that like having only 2 forests is gonna be very hurtful. Classic draw step path. Name Giant here. And I'm doing this because I'm kind of forced into doing this because I have 2 Summoners packed, so I can pact for Azusa and play a Primetime next turn. What list are we running today? Gundog, you can always find the current deck list right there. Yeah, I guess Force of Negation is a thing now, right? That is kind of annoying. They have the field. Come on. This is pretty brutal, actually. This is super brutal. Okay, yeah. So we're starting to see the cost, right? Of missing on the 3rd basic. This is gonna be pretty huge, actually. This is annoying. What? Okay. I mean, you can look at the list. We could, but I really want to have access. The card to cut would be the Horizon Canopy, and if we cut the Horizon Canopy, then the casting Rest in Peace on 2 is going to be really, really hard against Bridgebind. So, everything is. We're weighting everything in the cost to benefit kind of thing. Kind of they put those cards into print for Modern. I think those cards are fine. They're a little bit. They can be a little bit annoying, but they're okay. It does feel like this version is. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna bounce this. I mean, my opponent is representing field, right? That's pretty brutal. But it doesn't matter anyway, right? It's really funny, actually, if my opponent doesn't field me, which they are, but still, if they don't field me, then if Dash Watch flips, then I'm gonna have access to an uncounterable Primetime. So that is kind of hilarious. They took a pact? Why? That kind of makes no sense to me. maybe they do have like a veto or something. Okay, here comes the Field of Ruin. No, I guess not. Now here comes the Field of Ruin. Okay, yeah. Womp womp, no more basics. Pretty brutal. And I can't even activate on draw step. That's brutal. Okay, okay. That's a start. Oh, actually, we only need a single green. High Mine, that is some sweet tech. Well, we're not playing High Mine in this list. The amulet, the Cyber Guide for subs is based off High Mind. We're not playing High Mind in this list though. That's why I have like those dashes in there. I guess it's not clear enough, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think this list is like better than Karn. I don't think Karn is better than Hive Mind. I don't think there's any. It's just different, basically. They have like different matchups and whatnot. Supreme Verdict. It's kind of annoying. Never mind, we're fine. Never mind. Who said that we were in trouble? Who didn't believe? Who was the one who didn't believe? Definitely protecting the stronghold here. Swing with prime time, yes. T-West Simic. We're gonna bounce. So if my opponent fields, can they field? If they play field, that's 1, 2, 3. They can field plus cryptic. If I bounce this and they field this and then cryptic this, I die. So I guess I'm going to bounce the garrison. Highman as a pact combo? Yes, Bandwidth. That's exactly what it is. We are, as you can see, like we're just naturally playing the pacts for value. And we can just add the, like, basically just adding the Hive Mind combo. It's I don't want to say free, but it kind of is free. Okay, yes, we pay for pact. That's a Horizon Canopy. Can we draw into anything here? Well, I guess it's better to do this. Definitely better to do this. Transmute. We're going to go for. Ooh, we could actually go for Ballista. Opponent is at 9. They destroy here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are not even close to making a lethal Ballista, so I guess we're gonna have to go for the Pact. Is there a version of Amulet that runs Valakut? Not a good one. No. If you want Valakut, you just gotta be playing Scapeshift. It's just a different deck. Steerings into Ballista, I'll take it. Setting up the future. Just passing the turn here. So my opponent wants to field something. I'm actually happy about that. It's a Snapcaster. For opt. Ooh, okay. They're hitting the land drops. That part is for sure. I guess I don't want to f6 because if my opponent surgicals my pacts, I will need to do something about it. So that's a colonnade. I have been colonnaded. That is nice. That is nice. Okay, amulets. That resolves. Primeval Titan. So they can field me here. I think I'm going to... I cannot haste, of course, because the Stronghold is in my hand. But I'm playing around Path by doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just like make a bunch of mana. Yeah, also as you can see, even though we're a ramp deck, because of bounce lands, we don't end up with a lot of lands until kind of late in the game. So, okay, my opponent is trying to set up lethal here, which is cute. Because I think we can kill them now. Because they tapped out. So, yes, I think we have a lethal line, maybe. Let's think about this. So we T-West Simic. We bounce Simic, transmute for Azusa. We have 6 floating. We use 3. We will use 3 to transmute, 3 to play Azusa. Then we have another pact in hand. We get to play 2, and we have Slayer's Stronghold untapped. We fetch Vesuva from the prime time, and we fetch... Yeah, I think we have a lethal line here. Unless my opponent has exactly Force of Negation plus blue card, we should have a lethal line here. And that is with exact mana, which makes things even sweeter. Susa. Play a Susa. Play this and play this. This and this. We play T-West, transmute, Summoner's Pact for Primeval Titan, cast Primeval Titan. Yes, we're gonna find Vesuva plus... Yeah, this is kind of a sick line right here. Is there something better that we can do? Instead of Vesuva, we can do... I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? So we just get like Crossroads Gemstone, we activate here, and then we swing for 16? Yeah. Because we get Vesuva Sunhome. Usually after lines like this, my opponents tend to like never tap out again or play super scared. Vesuva Sunhome. Vesuva here. This is Sunhome. Whoops, I messed it up, but it doesn't really matter. We kill them. Good times, good times. Clap. From their end, it probably didn't look like it. I love that I just played the amulet at the beginning of the turn, just casually threw it in there and see what happens, you know. Just does this one resolve, opponent? Oh, it does. Okay, you know, let me get my sleeves, you know. We probably take out one Asusa. Finales are gonna be so hard to resolve. I think like we do want to like keep the Devoted Druid combo though. Can definitely take out an Amulet. Can definitely take out a Summoner's Pact. I don't like Hornet Queen in the matchup, but I guess I'm not going to preemptively play get the Hornet Queen. I think I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna see whether they are playing Surgical or not, because that's something that ends up being really annoying against while playing against Blue White. They end up like Surgical in your prime times, and then you're like kind of naked. So that's why I kind of have to like feel my opponent first, if that makes sense. See how they play, and then kind of like sideboard afterwards. Like if I see Surgical game 2, I'm definitely bringing in Hornet Queen for game 3. I like this hand. We have negate mana, which is going to be very important. I have no idea what the BTTB clap emote is, GGX member. Okay, so that's not a great draw, but it's not a horrendous draw. We can Amulet here. It's like a third party thing. Okay. Nice mana base. I also have lands that enter the battlefield tapped. I think I'm just gonna play the Amulet. If this gets Beards, it sucks. Okay, that's an opt. That's not a Pierce. Okay, so now we're gonna be like kind of like ahead in tempo. Play Sanctuary. Definitely, I want to hold the Simic in hand. If they field us, I don't care very much. Play Devoted Druid, pass the turn. There's the Field of Ruin. But I'm kind of okay with that, actually. We do have primetime mana for what it's worth here. I think I want to take it slow, though. We're definitely going to do this, and then we're going to play Scout and see what my opponent does. Hopefully they're going to field my Sanctuary. That would be best case scenario. Snapcaster opt. Oh, this is great for me. Yeah, I think we're looking very, very good this game. My opponent bottom there. Worst case scenario would be they Verdict here. But even if they do, I still don't take this trade. Path my Scout. You got it. That resolves. Second Devoted Druid. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can prime time with Pact Backup, which sounds pretty good. And definitely sounds like what I want to be doing. I guess I want to tap like this. And then I bounce the basic forest. Excuse me. Alternatively, now my opponent can like field my Sun Home or the other one, which would be kind of annoying. And because I want to protect my Sun Home, it's why I'm not going to go for an attack. Like if they want to field my Tolaria, I'm probably okay with that. Primetime resolved. Sick. Alright, so yeah, I'm 100% going for T-West plus. Oh, this is gonna be like a snap path. Oh, that would be. This is delightful. This is delightful. Dargon Destroyed. Thank you for the donation. Let's see. Do you have the cyber guide for the Devoted Druid version of the or the current version? The current version is for the current cyber guide. That is, it's for the Hive Mind version. I'm working on the current version right now. I should have it this weekend, hopefully. And then I don't think I'm gonna be working on one for this in the near future because I have basically no experience with this list. So working on a sideboard guide for this list is kind of like I have no idea what I'm doing. So it doesn't seem very honest of me to to do that. Like I'm literally improvising as I go. I'm experimenting with this list to begin with anyway. Oliver D with that Twitch Prime sub for the 3rd month in a row. Thank you so much for the support. Whoops. Alright, take 8. I don't think I want to play. There's no reason for me to throw anything else in the board. We're doing fine. Described that Severn is hard with the Devoted Titan. Did you feel the same? If yes, how so? Well, GGX, it's mostly a matter of, in some matchups, the Titan package is worse than the Devoted Druid package, and in some matchups, the other part is true, like the other side is true, and your Devoted Druid is better than your Titan package. Is that what I said? Yeah, I think that's correct. But so it's possible to like cyber out like half of your deck. Like against Hogak, for example, we've been experimenting with like cutting all the Azusa's and just bringing in a bunch of interaction. We actually have had some like pretty good results with that plan. So we bring in Resting Pieces, we bring in Tormod's Crypt, we bring in Explosives, and we side out all the Azusa's and like 2 Primeval Titans. And then we're basically like a Devoted Druid deck with a bunch of interaction for the matchup. Yeah, I mean, you don't side out all the Titans, you always leave like 1 or 2 or something, but it's still quite good, right? So they're probably gonna like Jace minus on the primetime here. Oh, okay. This sounds all very fine to me. The paths are not great versus Hogak. They usually are. They have like so many sack outlets, so they can like sack their dudes in response, and so I'm not like loving the whole path thing against Hogak. So let's start by transmuting for Blue Pact, because if this resolves, we just win. Alright, sweet. And now we just swing at their face. Well, we have another Titan, so there's no need for us to do anything crazy. We can just swing and get Sun Home plus T-West, I guess. Sun Home plus T-West sounds fine. Now, I kind of want another blue source, so yeah, wait, I guess T-West is a blue source, never mind. Alright, attack at them. Yes. Sun Home, Tulare West. Attack for lethal. What you got? Yeah, they could have Force of Negation, but that means that I get a clean 2 for 1, and my opponent still needs to answer my board, and I already have another Primeval Titan waiting. And that also means that they need to have the answer to their prime time in the first place, right? So they need to have the path. I packed it, then they go down to like 1 card, and they still need to answer my board, and I have another prime time coming up, plus it does watch Devoted Druid. So I still think we're in a very good spot there. Also, game 1 we moved to 5. Just wanna throw that out there. We beat blue white on a move to 5. No big deal. Yeah, Aaron. I'm trying to like get used to the fact that, you know, even though my opponents are now tapped out, there's like they could still have interaction. It's a weird thing to be aware of in modern, right? But I'm trying to remember that it's now a thing. I guess I keep this. I kind of like this hand actually. If we're playing against a graveyard deck, of course, this is excellent. If we're not, I think we lead on Gemstone and play out the Amulet. Because if we find the bounce land, then we're off to the races. Or we can simply like play out a Colony Garden or whatever. Lava Darts, okay. Probably gonna get playing against Mono Red Phoenix then. Yep, 100% playing against Mono Red Phoenix now. If they have a single Phoenix, I think we're going to be fine. If they have 2 Phoenixes, we're going to be in trouble. Teehee. We definitely bog them. That part is clear. And I think I steering... So I cannot kill here. We don't have a kill, but I think that steering, playing steerings here is worth it because it will give me information regarding the next turn. What hand do you keep when your first playlist Lava Dart? I know, right? It's kind of sketch. But I will take it though. Also, if that was their hand, like I wonder why they like Lava Darted. Okay, that's actually not lethal awkwardly. It is something that I'm definitely bogging here. I guess never mind, I should have played the Colony Garden there. Because Colony Garden with Boros Garrison means that I have a lethal prime turn next turn, so that was a mistake. Yeah, I kind of punted there. There's probably like a lethal line, but probably not through interaction. Which would make things kind of awkward. Because I can like Pact for Azusa, play Colony, or like play Boros, Gemstone, Pact for Azusa. I will need to figure it out. Let's see what we draw, because we can just like draw a green bounce land and then life is good. Okay, my opponent just empties their hand for no apparent reason. That's a Pact of Negation. Okay, so my opponent has no interaction. I'm suspecting they might have like a Reveler in hand if they just like play the Lava Spike for no value, basically. I guess it's like a 1 mana 4 damage. Whisper Wind, you want to do it like this. So we play Garrison. We Pact for Azusa. We have a black, red, white floating. We play Colony. We get GG, and then we play Boros again, and we get primetime mana. Sweet. Double Amulet is busted. Double Amulet is freaking busted. Float green here, bounce here. Pact for Azusa. Green, white, red. We're gonna do Colony Garden. green, green. Get a chump blocker, Bodos Garrison. Bounce, Bojugabog. I guess I want to leave the red floating. That would be like the technically correct thing to do. Sweet. So now we actually have lethal. Sweet. So now we can do Crossroads, Stronghold. We activate twice and then we Vesuva for 20. Yeah. Definitely want to make sure that this goes on the stack first. Alright. Alright. No yields. Gain 2. Float white. Activate here. Activate there. Go to combat. Swing. Yes. Vesuva. Vesuva this. It's funny how many times I've done this and I'm still like super slow and careful when it comes to like, you know, combo kills that are, you know, potentially a misclick away from me dying. I was gonna bounce it at the Colony Garden, so I like definitely die on my upkeep. We definitely want explosives. Thank you very much. We definitely want Rex Sage. Probably want Force of Vigor. This is solely because of Blood Moon, which really sucks to have like cards that are terrible in your deck. Besides the fact that our opponent is playing Blood Moon, I don't want Tormod's Crypt, but I probably do want Rest in Peace though. And I want a couple of paths, but not too many. Ballista, it's pretty bad. This might be one of Scout is awful. This must be one of the situations where I side out like part of the Devoted Druid package. Or I just like simply side out the Vizier. Now there's no way I side out. Well, actually, kinda, right? Cast? No, you can't. But you don't need to pay for your pact on your next turn when you're just killing your opponent in this turn. That is the Allosaurus Rider deck's philosophy. If you are not getting the next turn because your opponent is dead right now, then you don't really care. Like pacts are 0 mana tutors. I think I do want to keep the Devoted Druids, mostly because they are green sources under Blood Moon if I'm able to like sneak them in before Blood Moon comes down. And in this matchup I don't think I like Tormod's Crypt, but I do like Rest in Peace. Yeah, Cass, we were swinging for 20 that turn. First time in months, which build decides what should I run? Or YOLO Neoform combo instead? Well, Colby, like, I mean, you're asking the wrong person if you want me to tell you that you should run Neoform, because I hate that deck, and also, I hate that deck. It's just very much not my playstyle. So, I would never recommend anybody to play that deck. We can side out one Steerings, and... Well, I guess if we're siding out the Ballista, then at that point I might as well side out the Vizier. And the Daskwatch for that matter. And we're gonna be playing... We're gonna be doing a primetime game plan, basically. I... Levy in the finales, I guess? I haven't answered the Blood Moon, so I like this hand. And also have a Primetime and Azusa. Lot to like here. Lots to like. Unless my opponent goes on like a super aggro draw or something. Ugh, that one kind of sucks. White or red or black, and Karn, Hive Mind, etc. I personally, I have like a very, very strong affinity towards Karn. I just really like that card. So I would recommend Karn. That's still like my favorite version of the deck in terms of fitting my playstyle, if that makes sense. That does not mean it's the best. It just means that it's the one that I like the most. No, please sacrifice a land to do whatever it is that you're about to do. So many dropped frames. It says that it has stabilized here. Okay, so they got a Phoenix. And I have a Devoted Druid. Now they're very far from Blood Moon, which is good news for the home team. Because they will need to answer this Devoted Druid, otherwise I will prime time their face next turn. Yeah, so it kind of, I don't know what it is. It kind of like falls down a little bit, Rechan, so it's kind of weird. Like it drops frames for like 5 seconds and then it just like stabilizes again. It does it sometimes. Yesterday it didn't happen a single time, and today I guess it is, which kind of sucks a little bit. I mean, they can Lava Dart. No, this is exiled for good. So they can play Looting this turn. If I untap with this Devoted Druid, they kinda just die. Well, I'm still here, Rechan. Don't worry about it. Wow, second main phase Swift Spear, the classic. The classic. What's the most efficient way to do this? I guess that it gives me 2 more land drops if I play this. But I'm not gonna have enough for lethal anyway. So going for lethal doesn't really make sense. I definitely want to path this Phoenix though. Because see, it seems like it's one of the few ways that I lose this game. So I think I'm just gonna do this. Also, I don't want to expose my Devoted Druid. Like, my opponent is showing me multiple Lava Darts. There's no reason for me to expose my Devoted Druid to Lava Darts. So let's do this. We play Primeval Titan. Now, when people tell me they don't like this deck, I'm like, what are you talking about? How can you not like this deck? What do you mean this deck is not for you? This is the best deck ever. Like, everything about this deck is just a delight, an absolute delight. Every single thing about this deck is an absolute delight. Yeah, I respect my opponent having the correct Lava Dart artwork, for sure. Okay. That's so people can handle the puzzle. Maybe. But people have told me that they don't enjoy like watching it or something, and it's just everything about, like, I remember the first time. There's no need to bug them. Like, if I don't bug, like, what are they gonna do? I'd much rather make sure that I don't die to like a random like looting into like triple Phoenix hand. That's like the only way that I could potentially lose. If my opponent has like looting into discard 2 Phoenixes, bolt my face, and bolt my face. That's literally the only way that I lose. And by fetching a white source for the path, I make sure that I don't lie to that. So that's it. So there's like, if they play a Reveler, it's just like, sure. You got a 3/4, dude. I have a 6/6 and another one coming down next turn, so good luck. Three and 0, making back some lost PPs because of so many drafting. I've been drafting a lot. I should not draft. I know better. I know better. Like this is the latest thing that I drafted. It's, I don't know. I still don't know whether it's great or it's terrible. It could be both. I have like a bunch of like I have like 4 snow covered, 5 snow covered lands, and like literally nothing to do with them. Have 9 creatures total in this like blue white control deck. Feature site. Well, mono red is an impossible matchup, but then you forget that Amulet has no bad matchups, so that's why we have that emote going on there. Yeah, double talisman because my curve is extremely greedy. Yep. This is going to be a keep. It's not like outstanding or anything, but it's a turn 4 prime time. But it's kind of resilient, which I like. It's basically the same thing, right? And with Future Sight, like there's no, like, we are not really gonna flood. You know what I'm saying? So my opponent on Jund, good old Jandarino, because my first thought was my opponent is on, what's his name, on Hogak, but then apparently they bolted my dude, so, and they played a Tarmogoyf. Gundog with that Twitch Prime sub for the sixth month in a row. Holy crap. Thank you so much, Gundog, for the continued support. Could have been a Holo Boy too. Yeah, I guess. Actually kind of funny the fact that like Daswatch is kind of okay against Jund. That's pretty sweet. No blocks. Liliana would suck here though. Oh, okay. Assassin's Trophy, my amulet. Classic. Two mana Susa. Value. Yeah, I guess. Play, copy bounce. Swing 3. You got a Liliana. You want a minus here? Do you want a plus? What you got? Each player discards a card. You know I have a basic first in my hand, but sure. You also got that one. No attacks. Alright, sick. Let's finish this game. Nice and painful. Oops, I tapped one. Oh, that's right. I'm dumb. Well, I think that Karn is still very much playable, honestly. So I can double bog them, which is kind of nice because it lets me attack the Liliana. Or they kill their own Tarmogoyf. So that is sweet. Yeah, actually. We're gonna bounce the bog. We're gonna bog them. We're gonna bog ourselves. Okay. We're going to attack with both at Liliana. That's kind of cute. Liliana dies. And now I'm going to play this out and bounce a forest and have it, just leave it in hand in case I draw another Liliana. Next turn I pay for pact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you got it. No more basics. Womp womp. You're attacking? Say what? Why are they attacking there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm 1 mana away from prime time. Which is unfortunate. Have an amulet? Or a stronghold? I think I'm gonna do amulet. Or I can have double Dust Watch activation, which is also kind of nice. Yeah, I think actually the correct play here is to get the stronghold. Cause it. No, I guess I'm going to finale anyway next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so I guess getting the stronghold is actually the correct play because it allows me to finale for 10. And then we can activate Duskwatch once. Get an Azusa. This is kind of nice because it allows me to like play out my cards and still have Liliana fodder. And I think an extra Duskwatch activation is going to be more important. So the Duskwatch is going to serve, and Azusa is going to be left back to chump. Because my opponent has 2 attackers. Attacking with Rage and Ravine? Yeah, you got it. After they make their attacks, I'm going to activate here. Whiff. Too bad. That's fine, it doesn't really matter. So we're going to chump the Goyf, mostly for value than anything else. And then we're going to finale for a lot. Yep, so it was definitely, as you can see, it was definitely correct to take the Stronghold there over the Amulet. Ooh, we can get back to prime time. Sick. Whoo! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Swing. I'm kind of loving this deck. I am kind of loving this deck, not gonna lie. Pew, 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 pew. Down to minus 15. Opponent takes it like a champ. Alright. John, we want this, we want this, we want Excavator, we want Paths. We don't want Pact. We want all of our lands because our opponent will be doing the whole. They will be doing the whole Fulminator thing. Yet another matchup where the Devoted Druid plan sounds awful. So Vizier's coming out for sure. Does anybody know how many Call Against Command these lists have been running lately? Because if there's a bunch of Call Against Command, then setting 1 or 2 amulets seems like a good idea, but if people are not playing that card anymore, then I definitely want to have access to it. So if anybody in chat is familiar with like latest 1-2 from what you've seen, okay. So I guess I want to like trim at least 1 amulet. Probably Scout is gonna come out. We have 16 creatures. We have 16 creatures, so Dustwatch is probably fine as a value creature. value slash ramp, which is kind of cute. Maybe I can train finales. Because otherwise I'm going to be like a little bit too threat flooded. This is an answer to Bob, so that's why I kind of want to have access to it. How do we feel about Rip, though? Yeah, Ballista is always like the should I cut this, should I keep this kind of card in this matchup. Pegevar, thank you for the follow. With this list, I just don't want to be like finale flooded, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I'm cutting the Ballista, the finale is what's coming in. Let's try something like this. I don't think I want Rips against El Jando. Rip since Meh versus Mono Red is a glorified burn deck. It is a glorified burn deck that uses their graveyard quite a bit. Like if you can make Faithless Looting straight up card disadvantage, that's not a bad thing to be doing. This is an awkward hand, but I think it's a keep, but it's not a very good hand. Turn 1, Vesuva, their Tomb. Probably gonna take the path here. Yep. Because this means that if I draw the Devoted Druid, I can cast it on 2. If they have Bob here, then I think we're gonna lose. If they have a Tarmogoyf, unless they have like some other forms of pressure, we might be okay. But if this is kind of unbeatable here. This is kind of unbeatable. Yikes. So we can try to answer the Bob. Or we can just try to go for make a bunch of land drops. The thing is that we're basically putting ourselves dead to Fulminator Mage with this hand. I think I'm going to play it slow. Maybe the Gemstone was better in case I draw... What's his name? Nice. Immediately regretting not having that explosives now. Okay. Lightning bolts. Ugh. That kind of sucks. Cause my plan was to like play Amulet this turn and then like do all the things next turn. Oh, they have Ancient Grudge. Never mind. Wow, now with this card they're never ever missing a land drop now. It's kind of sick. Alright, explosives off the top. Asus off the top actually would be better. That's a Devoted Druid. Just dies to a Lightning Bolt and then it makes us very sad. Yeah, I don't think we can win here. Unless my opponent takes like a little bit too much damage from their Goyf. It is kind of impossible. Yeah, this is a good basic for a start. I do agree. Super sweet. It's a little bit expensive in paper, but in Moto it's super cheap, so. We're gonna pull this guy. Gonna do that for value. Now what, Liliana? Fulminator. Yeah, there's the full. Okay, so we can just concede here. We're not beating this. Alright, try again. Does Ren and 6 make me want to change anything? I think I'm still in the same plan. If anything, it makes me even less likely to want to play the Tribe Scout. It kind of makes Rest in Peace way more enticing though. Maybe just one. And if we draw it, good for us. Yikes. Yeah, we can't keep this. We can't keep this one either. We can't keep this one either. Okay. This is what it takes. Have you tested Ren and 6 in Legacy yet? No, I have not. I have not tested it in Modern either. I have simply not tested the card. Just don't have a Discord spell, that's what I'm asking for. Just let this be like a tapped Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, tapped over. No, that's untapped. Damn it. Basically, I'm not gonna be playing around anything because I cannot afford to play around anything at all. So. And here we're trying to draw exactly Azusa. If we draw exactly Azusa or Summoner's Pact, we might win. In fact, we win on turn 2 if we have exactly Azusa and Summoner's Pact. Azusa and Summoner's Pact. Yes! 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 Oh, this is so satisfying. This is so friggin' satisfying. Oh my god. Mul to 4, turn 3 kill. Mul to 4, turn 3 kill. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. Primeval Titan. This is exactly 20, right? So we're going. I really need to do the math here. I really need to do the math carefully here. So they have land, sorcery, instant. I have land, sorcery, instant. So I can do this. And I can go get Stronghold Garrison. 1, 2, 1, 2. Opponent is exactly at 16. Yeah, right. I'm always very scared when I do like this kind of Vesuva send home. That's a 3/4 Goif. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah, Black Forest would be the only thing that would kill me. But again, I'm not playing against around anything, right? Well, we are 4-0. Now. Okay. I know that it's easy to say, okay, well, Francisco is so lucky, blah, 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 blah. Now, we mulligan to 4 against John. Okay? We mulligan to 4 against John. That is not something that you do every day, okay? And it was very easy to say like, this 7, like the original 7 that I saw, this 7 is okay, and you know we might get there if we. No, I said okay, mulligan. Okay, this 6, I don't have any non-bounce land, but if I keep like a non-bounce land on top with this cry, no, I said mulligan. And that is something that is easy to like overlook, but it's actually a huge part of this deck. We also, funny enough, I guess it's our opponent's like unfamiliarity. Is that a word? It's our opponent's unfamiliarity with our deck. But if they had taken the amulet, I think we had no outs. But our opponent took the finale instead, and that finale wasn't really doing anything. So yeah, so that was also there was a point of like my opponent had a way to stop me. Like if my opponent, like the only way I got there is because I had a double amulet, right? But I also called it. I said, if I draw Second Pact or Azusa, we have the win. You also gotta know what your outs are. You know, that's another thing. We are on the draw. I kind of have the soul read that my opponent is playing a deck against which Bojuka Bog is pretty good. But I'm still not sure whether I should pull the trigger. Because if we're playing against like Dredge or Hogvine, this hand is actually decent. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, sweet. This is considerably better, so happy we did that. What? Why is there so much black-green in Moto today? I haven't played against black-green in like weeks, probably. And now we're playing twice in the same league in back-to-back matches. That is kind of hilarious. Okay, second discard spell is not as bad for us. Like, again, Bob is the single card I'm always the most afraid of out of black green decks. What's up, Epilol? How you doing? You got here and you just missed it. You just missed the action. We moved to 4 against Jund and then immediately proceeded to beat them on turn 3. Wow. That's a lot of discard spells. Because someone asked you how you do versus control of VGX. Exactly. Okay, they're missing land drops. That is the silver lining. Now here, do we Simic or do we Gemstone? Well, we have no... I guess doesn't... No, I guess it's actually better to play Simic. Unless my opponent top decks, they miss the land dropped. And unless they top deck exactly Field of Ruin, where this is obviously much worse. But unless that is the case, it's probably correct for us to do this. Land. Okay. I think we are unearthed. That's cute. I think we are just like pack team for Asusa and just setting up Titan mana. I think that is the play. It also kind of forces the minus on the Liliana. Unless they draw like a removal spell or something. Okay, Maelstrom Pulse, that's fine. Boom boom. Yes. Steerings into... Well, the only thing that we can do... I guess we can Canopy. Yeah, Canopy is actually great because it gives us 2 looks. They drew a threat. That's lucky. So next end step. And now we end step cycle Canopy. We draw Gemstone, whiff, and Primetime, win. Sweet. How many creatures do I have in the graveyard? Because that's actually very important. So they can make this a 5/5. I'm definitely getting Kalni here. And I guess Kalni T-West. But however they split it, I think I just keep the prime time, right? Getting T-West is important because it will mean that... getting Kalni is important because it means that my opponent can just like minus, and that's it. So... I think I'm going to do Kalni Tolaria West. 1, 2. That's it. Well, the Titan is going to be probably in the graveyard. So I guess I can do Kalni Bojuki Bog. Or Kalni Tolaria West. Kalni Bojuki Bog seems interesting. Yeah, I'm going to do Kalni Bog. Just bog myself. And there's no way they're plussing, so I'm going to hold this in hand for post Liliana ult. Well, we're actually facing Liliana ultimate, right? So I'm not like really playing around removal. Because I'm gonna be keeping the prime time here, right? So I'm not really playing around removal. If they have second Liliana, we lose the game. If they have second Liliana, we lose. Assassin's Trophy, we lose. But if we top deck another Primeval Titan, we win, kind of. If we keep the other pile. So there's one finale left. There's one pact. So there's no -1 finale, -1 pact, -1 prime time. So this is actually a very interesting... Is a very interesting keep. Like if our opponent doesn't have... Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna keep the Titan. If they have second Liliana, that's just bad beats. But just like this prime time by itself, it's gonna be able to... Okay, so this means that they don't have it this turn. So this Titan is going to at least get 1 attack in, which is going to be important. Alright, sweet. Go to combat. Swing. Yes. And now we do T-West Simic. Actually, yeah, getting. I guess we can get T West Boros. No, we already have red white, so we're gonna get T West Simic. Swing for 6. And we play this out, reset our gemstone, and now we already have more mana than our opponent. Yeah, we already have enough mana than our opponent just because the primetime survived. This card, I love this card. I love that card. All right, again against John. We want that, we want this, we want this, we want these, we want Pact of Negation out, Beseer out, One Finale out, Walking Ballista out. We won. This league was something special. This league was definitely something special. We won through Lily Ultimate. We won against John on a move to 4 on the play. And through a discard spell, through an Inquisition. That's right, my opponent turn 1 Inquisition me and we won anyway. I guess I'll keep. This is not a good hand, by the way. But on the draw against an opponent with mono discard spell dot deck, this would be much. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's a very solid draw, actually. The only problem is that we're still dead to Fulminator. Damn it! My opponent with their discard spells. They have been very good at top decking those discard spells. Okay, we definitely need to, like, we can't play around Fulminator. We need our green sources in play. Which kind of sucks, because I hate losing to Fulminator Mage, but I don't think that we can afford to play around it. And if our opponent goes like turn 3 Fulminator and just Fulminates or Simic, we're gonna be, oh yeah, this is so brutal. Alright, back to turn 0. But again, we don't have any green sources, right? So it's not like we can, it's not like we could play around it. And again, if you have another Fulminator, we're in trouble. But we can't really afford to play around it. Oh, they have the trophy. Trophy is not as bad because it allows me to Druid next turn. So trophy is not like game losing there. It's not great, obviously, but it's not like another Fulminator there would have actually been GG's probably. That is probably GG's actually. And our opponent did not plus. Gross. I guess we're still drawing to a white source. White source should give me a fair amount of time. Because he can pass the Goif. Okay, so that was their draw step, so I don't know what they're holding in hand, but they didn't plus last turn. So I don't know what they could have. That's not a good draw. We can't even finale for 2. We don't have double green. Yeah. It's not bad. That one's not half bad. I like that one. Play Simic, bounce this one. Alright, that was a pretty good draw. So now we can transmit for a white source and path the Goif. They answer this. So transmute for, I guess I'm gonna get Gemstone Mine. Play Gemstone Mine, pass the turn, and then like upkeep Path to Goyf. And then next turn we have Titan Mana. Each player discards a card. Sure. All right. All right. Here we are. Primeval Titan again. Definitely Colony Garden and probably Simic Growth Chamber. I feel like I need more resources. I mean, Lily is not the most... I played a land this turn, right? I think I did. Give me 1 second to double check. Yeah, I played Sun Home. So, yep. That Excavator draw was massive. That Excavator top deck was just massive. They probably have a trophy here. Yep. Which they should have used before this. Unless they have Surgical or another Thoughtseize here. It's Fulminator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's the wrong line to destroy there, my friend. That's definitely the wrong line to destroy there. 2, 6. I definitely want to play the primetime from my hand before I finale, because I don't want Surgical, like my opponent to potentially like top like a Surgical or something and get me more Assassin's Trophy. You got it. No more basics. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna do Crossroads Sanctuary. I want a couple of white sources here. I'm gonna play this out, pass the turn. What am I discarding to this Lily here? They play their land. Okay, so this should be game right here. Oh no, they didn't. That was upkeep, my bad. Second Liliana, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ugh. Should discard a card. Get the path. So I'm 1 mana short of like finaleing for 10. Never mind, we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The plant token is going to be lethal. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. This is how we do it. Lethal plant token. Thank you very, very much. Fibo, no big deal. Let me get a quick screenshot right here. Let me get a quick little screenshot right here. This is like the most awesome league I have ever played. Like the amount of things that happen in this league are just absurd. This was freaking awesome. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Just the casual 10-11 plant. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Alright, first 5-0 of the season. We're constructed. Alright, so I need to get to 9 to get with exclusive 5B. Sweet. We're almost there, basically. All right, now I have PPs. I haven't had PPs since I started drafting. Sweet, like that's like almost 2 leagues right there in PPs. That's hilarious. All right, so this was an awesome league. I loved every single second of this. Um, this list is fun. If anything, this list is fun. Like a lot of cool things happened. We played Dustwatch as like a value engine kind of thing. We Devoted Druid comboed twice. My Sue opponent, like Sue White Leyline opponent. Um, we then beat like the control deck where they tapped out to pass a Titan, and then we literally like kill them that very same turn. We moved to 5 against control and we won. We moved to 4 against John and we beat them on turn 3. A lot of absurd things happen. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to go again because I need to make the drive to San Diego to work over the weekend. But I will definitely keep trying this out because this list is just so much fun. I really enjoy this list. I'm not sure that Scout is the correct card to play here. Maybe maybe Slot is actually the correct card to play, or maybe Coalition Relic it's the correct card to play. It's hard to tell, honestly. I feel like it actually kind of has to be the Slot the more I think about it, because if we have a green bounce land in hand, the Slot allows us to devote a Druid on 2. Whereas if we are playing Scout, it doesn't allow us to do that. It basically would need for us to have another. Well, I guess it's just never mind. Yeah, so if we're playing like Scout on turn 1, that means that we have an untapped green source, and if we find a bounce land, then the Scout still allows us to do the same thing. So then I guess it's exactly the same. So never mind. Have you tried the list Edgar Untitled Chapter lately? I have not, because I'm missing. I built it over here. There. But I'm missing like the Giver of Ruins. They're actually surprisingly expensive right now, like almost 6 tickets or something. And now that I got the 5.0, I might actually go ahead and just like buy them and try it out. But yeah, this list seems super sweet. This is like very much my kind of deck right here, like a combo / toolbox deck. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, this is what we got going on here, and yeah, I mean this has been super interesting. To be honest, like I have a 9-1 win percentage with this so far. I played exactly 2 leagues, both of which are recorded, and I 4-1 once, and then we just 5-0'd. So like this list has been definitely solid and much better than I originally expected, honestly. So yeah, I've been playing with this list. Oh, what's up, Scott? How you doing? This all week, and Slot being good comes up more than Scout because one of Scout and turn 1 is list. Yeah, so the only issue with the Slot, in my experience, is that we are only playing 27 lands, and Slot requires you to have access to the land the turn you play the Slot, right? That is the main issue that the Slot has for me. I guess I could try it out. What's Arboreal Grazer? There we go. I guess I could give it a shot again. But first of all, I don't really like this card, and second of all, like with only 27 lands, it's gonna happen a little bit too often that we are gonna have a hand with like, let's say we have just Gemstone Mine, Steerings, Slot, and like 2 any non-land cards. If you're playing Scout, that hand is excellent. If you're playing Slot, that hand is unkeepable. So that is the issue that I have with the Slot, is the fact that it has like some situations where it's significantly worse than Scout. Needless to say, like against blue-white or something like that, where this card is just unplayable and Scout is incredible. And we're already playing a version of the deck that is a little bit less good against blue-white, since we're playing like so many expensive sorceries and whatnot. So like having at least one card that's like stellar against blue-white versus a card that's bad, it's kind of enticing. To get the last mana into Titan. Yeah, but that only happens when you already have an amulet and you have like a summoner's pack. Like I played list with like four scouts, four slots that never came up in 3 leagues. Um, I played another league with like four scouts, one slot. No, I played like 4 leagues with four scouts, one slot, because that's the list that Edgar was playing for a second, and it still came up 0 times total. Because that means that you need to have an amulet in play, you need to have a pact in hand, you need to also have a prime time in hand, and you need to have to make it to exactly 5 mana. All of those circumstances at the same time have happened less than a Warrior Gracer coming into play and playing no lands in my hand for me. Do you think this deck is the best amulet for this meta right now? I don't know, Garrett. Like I literally played exactly 2 leagues with it, and I'm currently 9-1, which is definitely a very solid record. 90% win percentage is pretty solid. Of course, the sample size is very small, so you shouldn't like take it. You should take it with a grain of salt. This is also the other thing that I've been messing around with. I'm still very high on Karn. A lot of people have like moved away from it and stuff. But I still think this card is very good, and it does a lot for the deck. And there's like turning ancients, like it has happened so many times already that I just ancient steerings into a Karn, and then I literally just win from my ancient steerings. That is pretty huge. That is pretty huge. So I think that it's funny because I'm torn, because I'm interested in like trying and exploring this version, but I'm also very excited about like trying to figure out a version of this deck, which I think this one is very close to, a version of this deck that has a positive or like at least a 50-50 Hogak matchup, which I'm not sure this has yet. I think that it's definitely much closer than like your regular Karn list. This is actually very geared towards beating Hogak. But yeah, I honestly don't know whether Druid is the way to go yet. I think Karn is dumb, but I don't like it, so I'd rather play another Amulet version. I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it, Agris Gaming. I'm never forcing anybody to do anything they don't like, right? It's like you do whatever fits best for you, and in my experience, that definitely helps your win percentage. If you're playing cards and if you're playing cards, I keep saying Karn. If you're playing cards that you enjoy, you tend to play better. That has been my experience. That's why even though I'm still continuing to play Amulet, I still do reasonably well, even though the deck is not particularly well positioned right now. It's just because I know this deck so well, and I just enjoy playing it way more than I enjoy playing other decks, other objectively better decks. One raid for Cage, do you think it's worth trying? Richard, yeah, so actually that's one of the things that I was interested in trying. I don't know if I want to try, if I want to take out the rest. Maybe I do want to try it. So one very big upside of playing Rest in Peace over something like Tormod Script or Grafdigger's Cage is the fact that your opponent is basically guaranteed to be bringing in ingot chewers against you because of your amulets and whatnot, and they are going to be expecting Tormod Script very likely, so they are going to 100% be bringing in ingot chewers, and by playing Rest in Peace, basically because they cannot beat this card, you're kind of forcing them to bring in Wismare, which is a card that is overall just awful against us. Like it literally kills absolutely nothing. So that is like one of the main reasons why I like having access to a second Rest in Peace over the Cage. But still, the thing that this does, and if you want to see an example of this, you can watch, like last Thursday, we played against Hogak twice with Druid Amulet, and I was playing exactly this list, as opposed to the one that Will was playing. When Will showed me the list, he was playing 4 ley lines over these 4 cards. And we won 2 matches against Hogak, both in situations where Leyline would have been a dead card, and it would have lost me the game to draw that Leyline. Because I was keeping very keepable 7s, and then I top deck the Rest in Peace and I played it on turn 2, and then my opponent immediately concedes. or I was in a situation where I needed to like transmute. I set myself up for my prime time to transmit for Tormod script because my Jukibog had already been used or was in play or whatever. No, I needed instant speed. That's what it was. So my prime time came down and it was able to like transmit for a Tormod script that was instant speed interaction for my opponent's graveyard, and then I won that game because they could not beat the prime time. So that is the kind of things that I'm talking about. Also, a non small circumstance here against Hogak is the fact that Devoted Druid can kill itself at instant speed. Same with Ballista. Both of them can kill themselves at instant speed in order to exile bridges, which is very, very important and very worth noting. Trinket Mage Hammer is where you want to be in the current meta. Maybe I could definitely see Trinket Mage because getting like Tormod Script / Cage if you're interested in writing Cage. Trinket Mage is definitely an important piece of that puzzle. The problem is that by turn 3, it's usually too late. So that's my problem. Illusionon is a hero we need for Hogak. Yeah, the problem with Illusionon is that you're not making it to turn 7, to 7 mana against Hogak. Otherwise, I would be, like, if Illusionon were green, I would consider it for sure. But, yeah, no, it's not working. It's not gonna work out. I'm just wondering if we even try to win the game 1 with the card version, because if we somehow live to turn 3, we can wish for Cage and Prey, but I guess it's more likely too late. Well, I mean, you can wish for Tormod Crypt. That's a very real play. And I have beaten Hogak with this version of the deck. I think I played against Hogak like exactly one time with Karn, and I beat it. But it's mostly because like I think it was mostly because it was very, very early in like Modern Horizons being legal, so like the person that I was playing against was like keeping bad hands or something like that. But yeah. Alright, sweet. That's gonna be it for me today. Thanks everybody for tuning in and for hanging out today. My name is Francisco. If you're new to the stream and you have not yet followed, make sure you hit that follow button because you can get notified whenever I go live. I stream a lot of Modern and Legacy in this channel. So if that is the kind of content that you enjoy, you definitely want to make sure that you're checking it out live. If you are not able to check it live, you can also check it out on YouTube. I always upload all my streams to YouTube, where you can watch them, and I always timestamp them so you can go straight to whichever matchup you want to see. If you want to follow me on Twitter, where I always post whenever I'm going live, you can follow me right there. If you want to join my Discord, which is the Primetime Stronghold Discord, or the Amulet Discord, you can use those links over there. And if you are a subscriber, which by the way is the best way to support the channel, if you are a subscriber, you can subscribe using that link. You not only get access to these 3 beautiful emotes, but you also get access to my exclusive sideboard guide. I'm currently working on a sideboard guide for this version of the deck, and I'm going to be using this list with 2 resting pieces instead of the graphic cage. Yeah, if you join the Discord, you can, if you're a subscriber, you can check the subscriber only channels, and you're gonna find the cyber guide there. And finally, if you want to support the stream in a different way, you can donate. With any donation of $12 or more, I will play whichever 75 you want live on stream. Any format, as long as it's not standard, basically, because I don't have standard cards and I'm not buying standard cards. Yeah, as long as it's like constructed and it's any kind of like Modern, Legacy, Vintage, we can probably try Pauper as well. But yeah, I should be able to get a hold of the cards somewhat easily. Yeah, actually, before I answer your question, Agrius, if you see at the bottom next to my picture, right there we go, right there, you're gonna see that I'm trying to make it to GP Vegas. So if you want to help me go to GP Vegas, all you need to do is you need to use the link that I just posted in order to make a donation. If I make it by exactly 2 months, I think it's August 20. If I make it by August 20, then I'm going to be going and playing at GP Vegas, probably playing Amulet, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. But yeah, that would be sweet. Have your thoughts on Elandris calling Amulet? Yeah, I think that the card is pretty much uncastable. So which is really unfortunate. Like, we will need to like warp the mana base a little bit too much for Eladamber Skull. Too bad, because I really love that card, but I just don't think that it's just reliably castable. And at that point, you might as well just play a Finale, which can do dumb stuff like we just did against Black Green. So it seems better to play Finale if you're into that kind of effect. All right, let's go host somebody. Who's streaming? Okay, so let's go watch some Legacy. Let's go to. This is Anurag Das. He's like a master of miracles in Legacy, so he's probably gonna be playing miracles in Legacy. All right, so see you over there. I will be back next week with more Modern or Legacy. Still have to figure that out, but I hope to see you then. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.